Dymethazine by High-Tech Pharmaceuticals is said to be 5 times more androgenic than testosterone, has very little side effects, and it's the only prohormone you can actually feel within 30 minutes. And as we do with every prohormone, and we'll continue to do so for every single prohormone on the market, in today's video, we'll be covering what it is, the benefits, the cycle length, when to use it, how to use it, the side effects, the proper PCT protocol, the best prohormones to stack it with, and finally, we will be answering the highly debated question, does Epi-Andro cause shutdown or not?
You are now in the presence of a... king.
My name's Travis Dillard, and in 2016, I became a best-selling author. Used to be a fitness coach where I helped a lot of people gain a lot of muscle. And today, I'm not sponsored by any company, not any supplement company, not High-Tech Pharmaceuticals, at least for now. I'm just here to support the lost and forgotten prohormone community because nobody else is. I love doing it. And literally 15 years ago, when I first started, if I had access to this information, it would have helped me get my feet wet before I had to get on TRT. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm not going anywhere. Let's get it. What is the prohormone dymethazine? So remember, we have 1-andro, which converts to 1-testosterone. 4-andro, which converts to testosterone, 19-nor, which converts to nandrolone, and Epi-Andro, which converts to DHT. And dymethazine is a clean Epi-Andro product with a half-life a little less than 8 hours. And guess what, guys? It has no fillers. Yes! It contains 250 milligrams of 3-beta-hydroxy, aka Epi-Andro, which is the highest amount of Epi-Andro milligram-wise that High-Tech offers in a single product. And Epi-Andro is derived from DHEA, which then converts to stanalone, which is just DHT, or dihydrotestosterone. Di meaning 2, hydra meaning hydrogen. So this is just testosterone bound together by 2 hydrogen atoms, which then attach the androgen receptors in a very fast and efficient manner. So what are the benefits and results you can expect? Improved strength, power, and explosiveness, an increase in your muscle density, a boost in your libido and your aggression, faster recovery times. You'll notice that your lines, your vascularity, and your pumps look insane. And the best part is, because Epi-Andro only converts to DHT, you're not going to have to worry about an estrogen blocker like a Remistane because you won't be holding any water. In fact, dymethazine by itself should just completely dry you out, giving you that hard, dry look. If you want to see a video like this for every single prohormone on the market that exists today, no fluff, no BS, all application, all breakdown, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join me along for this wild and crazy ride. We're going to get this information out there to people. Appreciate your help. And when's the best time to use dymethazine? So since this is a dry compound, the best time to use it is going to be during a cut. And Epi-Andro, because it attaches to the androgen receptor so quickly, be sure you get in a dose 30 minutes before a workout. As for the cycle length, per usual, 8 weeks. Serving size is 2 tablets a day, and the company says don't exceed this. However, we want to get the most out of our cycles, so let's just make one tiny little tweak. Instead of 2, go ahead and take 2 on non-workout days, but take 3 on workout days. Again, 1 pre-workout, as this seems to be the play. And if you follow this dosing protocol, working out 3 to 5 times a week for an 8-week cycle, you'll need 2 bottles. As for the side effects, back pumps, which is actually a good thing because we like the pump, this is just kind of uncomfortable. So if you toss in 2 to 3 grams of taurine a day, it'll help you out. As for the most common side effect of Epi-Andro, joint pain. Here's the deal, guys. My take's a little bit different than everybody else's. Dehydration is a huge problem, especially when on prohormones. You must be drinking at least a gallon a day, and I promise you a lot of these side effects will at least go down a little bit. However, if you're still experiencing some creakiness in your joints, toss in fish oil. It should help you out. And no, dymethazine will not affect prolactin levels. I think this person was thinking of a 19-nor like Decadurabolin, but we won't cover that until next week. And there seems to be quite a lot of misinformation on whether Epi-Andro is suppressive or not. So let's go ahead and put this to bed before we move on to the best stacks. So natural testosterone can do one of 3 things. 1, remain testosterone. 2, aromatize to estrogen. Or 3, convert to DHT. Now, when we consume an Epi-Andro product like dymethazine, or any Epi-Andro product for that matter, the process to get to DHT is not the same as our natural pathways. In fact, it happens in a completely separate area. In fact, Epi-Andro first converts into androstenediol, which then converts to DHT. And while this isn't the same pathway as our natural pathway, because DHT, which is involved in our natural pathway, is affected, our hormones can be thrown out of balance. So the science means that it's not directly suppressive. However, Due to the hormonal balance, aka the changing of hormones, it can in fact enact suppression. So I hope you weren't pegging on the fact, whoa, that's not the right word. I hope you weren't counting on the fact that Epi-Andro wasn't suppressive, because we can't really say. It kind of is. We think it is. And anybody else saying otherwise, they don't know the science. So good news for you is, though, we just completed the most comprehensive PCT video alive for this prohormone dimethazine, or any prohormone for that matter. So if you're interested, I'll link it above. And as for the best prohormones to stack with dimethazine, is stacking Sustanon 250 with dimethazine a good stack? Yeah, absolutely. For a bulk, a hard-hitting 4-andro like Sustanon 250 combined with the Epi-Andro is going to give you a nice blend, especially if you like a lot of Epi-Andro, because those two products have a lot of them in there. Now, if you want to take it up a notch even further from a bulking perspective, you can take dimethazine and Sustanon 250 and also combine it with decadurabolin. But because dimethazine is a cutting agent, not bulking, the best cutting cycle is going to be dimethazine mixed with winstrol and androdiol. And this is going to give you a harder, tighter look. Pro tip, I always recommend, no matter what, whether we're cutting or bulking, that we toss in a 4-andro, because the wet compound gives us a little extra water to alleviate some of the joint pain that we might feel from Epi-Andro or some of the other products. And for me specifically, I just feel better, and my libido is typically higher. As for my final thoughts, okay, dimethazine, 2 thumbs up, baby. Easy. I like it. I think benefits-wise, it outshines a lot of them, has very limited side effects. For me personally, I would never run Epi-Andro alone without a 4-andro. In fact, funny story, 6 years ago, the very first video I did on Prohormones was Epi-Andro. I had no idea what I was doing, and that's what it looks like. I made it, I think, 2 weeks without taking a 4-andro with it. So go ahead and toss that in. But I do have something to say. And I've already said this before, but I need to say it one last time. Please max out your genetic potential. Put on as much natural muscle as you can before you go down this road. And I get sometimes that can take 10 years or so. And I also understand that you're here, so you're probably going to dive in anyway. So let's lay out a more realistic approach. 10 to 12%? No. 12 to 15% body fat. That's up from the 10 to 12 I said in a previous video. I'm giving you guys even more leeway, as if I had any control over what you guys do. But nevertheless, heed my words at least. Be sure that you have 3 years of weightlifting experience, 2 to 3 times a week. It's the consistency. We must get the consistent lifestyle down before we go down this road, because when we start playing the game of hormone balancing, we're not going to care or address it if we're not already doing the right things in the right lifestyle. We'll just see it as another thing we have to do versus a thing we get to do. Okay, I'm done. That's all I needed to say. You do what you will with that. Until next week, stay safe and stay swole, my brothers.